Morning YouTube, Monday morning, August 13th. Tired of shit, sore shit from my Spartan race this weekend. Craziness. You want something that's gonna test your mind and body? Do that shit. But enough about advertising for them. Let's talk about a new topic today. Today we're gonna talk about fear. Fear is by far one of the most debilitating emotions that we have and we harbor at times. Fear can stop you from doing something. Fear can make you just question everything. Fear can just destroy you as a person if you don't know how to get over it. You know, biggest thing with fear in general is just knowing that you are afraid, understanding what you are afraid of, and not trying to act like you're this person who is fearless. Because fearlessness really isn't true. Fearlessness is just someone's ego trying to prove that they are better than what they are, or someone's ego, because there's a female around, they're trying to make themselves, seem great, or they're around friends and this, that, and the other. But deep down inside, we all got fear. A lot of us don't want to admit it. Sometimes our fear can stimulate from due to different things. Relationships is a huge thing people fear. Usually because of past experiences, people will shy away from giving someone else a chance due to fear of feeling the emotion of hurt again. When in actuality, a relationship is usually built by each other almost hurting each other and then helping each other get through the situations, or having one person hurt and then helping them get through it, etc., etc. But we can't actually let fear itself to make the decisions for us. You know, like one of my biggest fears is I want to do the Tough Mudder, but I hate jumping in the water because as a child I almost drowned. So I always have that fear of whenever my head goes underwater, the that I won't have control over my body. That's one of my biggest fears, is not being able to have control over my body and to pretty much help myself get out of something. So I'm gonna break that fear because the Tough Mudder will be done, and I will be wearing an orange headband on one of these videos. But you know, you can't let fear make the decisions. You can't sit there and be like, oh well, I would go do that, but I'm afraid of what'll happen. If what you don't want to happen happens, then at least you learn from it. And if you learn from it, hopefully you can grow from it. Because if you don't grow from it, then you're just an idiot. Because in life we all know things don't always work out for us. Things will seem perfect and shitty, but most of the times it's because we saw things, but we just didn't acknowledge them because we didn't want to. You know, um, it's a you have fear of talking to groups. You know, break that fear. It's hard, I know, but start talking to smaller groups and just increase little by little, and you can get over that fear. Because what happens if there's a time where you need to tell everyone where to go for a safety reason? You can sit there and be afraid of it. You can't be. You have to break that fear. If you're afraid to talk to your boss, then how will you ever get a better position? Yeah, they might recognize your work habit, but if you can't communicate because of fear, then you're really no help than the Joe Schmo who's sitting over there just mopping up floors and stuff. Breaking your fear is a huge thing, you know, because once you break your fear, that's just it's you becoming a little better, as a person. You taking a step forward. You're bettering yourself to become a more mature, more knowledgeable adult, which is what in turn we all should become. Being a child, those days are gone. We can't be. We can enjoy things we used to as our childhood, cartoons if you must, games, video games, toys. Now, they call them big boy toys like HEVs, stuff like that, jet skis. Those are still toys. We don't label them as that, but they really are for adults. But, you know, we can embrace being our old childhood by doing certain things, but we can't live as a child anymore. Everything has its consequences. Everything has an equal and opposite reaction, and we have to notice that. But again, we can't just let fear decide what we do. We have to set things. We have to understand that we do fear things and then move forward from that. You know, a lot of us, we want to be in a good relationship, but we fear from relationships we were in our past. You can't do that. You have to try to take a step forward and go through that. You can't just go, oh well, find whatever excuse you can, whether it be distance, whether it be family, whether it be friends, whether it be, your job and this, that, and the other. You're too busy. You're like, oh, well, because I'm too busy, I fear this won't work out well. If you already are looking at a negative way for the end of something, then you never wanted it to succeed to begin with. If you want something to work, you have to have a positive outlook. Understand that at times it will be tough, but the toughness, persevering through that, will define you and your character. So what type of person are you? You're going to be the person who's going to be fearful. You're going to be the type of person that's going to break through your fears, slowly break down the walls that you put up yourself with your fear barriers, if you must say. Now, are you going to be that person to break them down slowly but surely? You can do that, but sitting there using your fears as a safety net to protect you as a person, in actuality, is only stunting the growth of the person you can become. So it's now time for you to make your decision. Are you going to stay and be fearful, or are you going to try to break that and become the person you know you can be? Alright, people. Have a good day today. I just found out I have no work, so I'm pissed, and I have to find something to do to occupy my time. Later.